everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to day 12 of the yoga challenge. Yay! Guess what? I got some really awesome news for you. There are over 12,000 people joining the yoga challenge and it is day 12. Isn't that like the coolest thing ever? I'm sorry if that sounds really flaky or airheaded or whatever, but I think that it is just a really amazing coincidence, synchronicity, blessing, grace, whatever you want to call it. And what's even more cool is that the theme of the day is gratitude. So just from looking at how many people join the challenge and the synchronicity of what day it is, I'm already in the space of gratefulness. So there's a lot of talk about the positive benefits of actually practicing the attitude of gratitude, you could say, and I'm here to tell you that it is actually really, really true, but you don't need to be a naturally grateful or thankful person to really benefit from shifting the sort of quality of your thoughts towards gratitude. Now, it is something you can actively practice and something that I'm sure if you put your attention to, you can actually find something to be grateful for right now. How about that? Could you try it as a little exercise with me right now? Can you think of one thing in your life that you're grateful for right now? Maybe it's this video, maybe it's the yoga challenge, maybe it's the internet, which allows me to chat with you here right now. Maybe it's joining this challenge. Maybe it's the practice of yoga. Maybe there's something really special in your life right now. Just grab onto that for one moment. So the teaching on gratitude is something really interesting and relatively simple. It works like this. Whatever you bring your attention to, you're going to get more of, number one. Number two, whatever you bring your attention to is a form of worship and devotion. Pause and think about that for a moment, particularly those of you that may have a relationship with God or practice a faith-based religion. Whatever you put your attention primarily towards is a form of worship, a form of devotion. Now, let's reflect for a moment on what the resting state of the mind is. Unfortunately, the resting state of the human mind is not naturally geared towards gratitude. We are the recipients of thousands of years of genetic evolution, if you believe that. I do, anyway. Thousands of years ago, there was a time when human beings were fighting for survival in every single moment of their lives. We were running for our lives from saber-toothed tigers. We were fighting to survive against each other, against the hostile environment. Now we live in the cradle of civilization. This is even those of us who fear for our lives or work with struggle and difficulty in a day-to-day situation. The realities of life nowadays are dramatically different than the realities of life thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago. Well, now, what we have programmed into our minds, hardwired into, you could say, the neurobiology of the brain, is something called the fight, flight, or freeze response. If you've heard about that, leave me a comment below and let me know that you've heard about that. This is a really important thing to know just about the way the human being works. When you're going around in your life, the nervous system kind of works on a hair trigger because it's trying to detect if there's danger out there. And then whatever it identifies as danger gets rooted into one of the oldest systems inside of the brain, and you begin to either prepare to fight, prepare to run, or prepare to freeze or hide, go into a state of shock. These three neurological responses are reactions to stress documented again in what's called the fight or flight response. This is pretty much the opposite of gratitude. When a stimulus comes into from the external world, your nervous system starts to identify trigger, should I run, should I fight, should I hide, what should I do? You're not grateful for that trigger in the moment, and you shouldn't be, honestly, because in terms of evolution, thousands of years ago, if it really was a saber-toothed tiger and you were walking down, some beautiful mountain scape, and then there was a saber-toothed tiger, and you paused and you were like, saber-toothed tiger, I'm so grateful that you're here, you would be lunch. So it's actually a really good system that's been installed in the human being. However, there are no more saber-toothed tigers. In fact, we're trying at this point to save animals. Human beings are the most dangerous species on the planet. The danger that we face is emotional, mental, sometimes physical danger, primarily rooted from other human beings. Of course, there are environmental situations, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, things like that. But the majority of the danger we face is human created. Now, what do we do about that? Well, if we understand that it's not at the level of a saber-toothed tiger, we can repattern and reprogram our thinking. For example, in the yoga practice, oftentimes we like to say that obstacles are actually opportunities. Things which feel really, really challenging, you can actually retrain the mind to be grateful for, because if you make it out on the other side, you will have learned, you will have become stronger, you will have gathered valuable wisdom that could come from no other source. But if you operate in the state of complaint, or if you get emotionally hijacked into the perpetuation of the fight or flight response, then you'll have no opportunity to actually learn the deeper spiritual lessons the yoga practice may have to teach you. So that was a lot to think about for a moment. So let's actually root that into what it actually looks like in the context of practice. Here you are and you're doing your practice. Everybody's got a problem pose, myself included. These are poses that are challenging, that for some reason bring up, stress responses, fear responses. They're sometimes just really frustrating. You can get mad at yourself, frustrated at yourself. Well, when that pose seems to be on the horizon, or when you're in the middle of the pose, what can often happen is you start to complain. My body, I hate my body, I can't believe it. This practice, I don't like this practice. These sorts of things really start to just come up. So what do you do in that moment? Pause, feel it, and then see if you can think a new thought. And then, I'm grateful for this pose because it teaches me a lot. I'm grateful for my body because it teaches me a lot in this moment. I'm grateful for my body even though it can't do this pose, because I get the chance to go deeper and learn things that maybe other people wouldn't do. I get the chance to practice being grateful even amidst difficulty. Now, I'll tell you a secret right now. You might not be able to feel it, but I'm outside and guess what's happening? It's raining! So I could go into a whole thing in my mind. Oh my God, I can't believe it's raining. I'm doing my live broadcast for the challenge. Actually, there were so many obstacles to me doing this live with you today. I'm flying to Saint Martin to stay in the Caribbean for a week, and this is a really kind of travel morning, and the microphone didn't connect, and I was trying to come out here, and there are all these obstacles, and they all came up. I could feel that little complaint, it's there. And instead, I'm like, I'm grateful that I have the phone. I'm grateful that I have the time, and I'm grateful that it's raining, because this allows me to show you how you can actually practice gratitude in the midst of something that feels totally not what you want. It's not when things are going your way, but you should totally practice gratitude for when things are going your way. But it's when things seem to veer off course that you really have to grab gratitude by a practice and take it on like a discipline. For example, another thing I love about rain is that there are rainbows. I saw a rainbow this morning, and that wouldn't be possible without the rain. Now, second thing I want to talk to, so we're talking about practicing gratitude in difficult circumstances. The second half of gratitude is I want to talk to you about practicing being grateful for what you have. We always focus in the future. I want this, I want this, I want more followers, I want more money, I want to be like this, I want to be stronger, I want to be thinner, I want to be smarter, I want to have a better job. It's all in the future, 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 future. Or we ruminate on the past. I can't believe I didn't do this. Can't believe I didn't get into that college. Can't believe I never found a romantic partner. Can't believe I'm only like this. I've only gotten this far at this age. I've done nothing with my life. Ruminate on the past, project into the future. But the yoga practice says, hey, practice celebrating and honoring and cherishing what you have. Respect, honor, and worship what you have. Be grateful for what's around, for the beauty that is in your life. And by focusing on that, you'll get more of it. Rather than focusing on what you don't have in the future, or what you didn't get in the past, it's almost like, why do we want more clothes if we don't appreciate the ones we have? Why do we want a new partner if we don't appreciate the one we have? Why do we want a different body if we can't take care of the one we have? So by rooting your gratitude in actually practicing being grateful and looking for the blessings that are in your life, then you'll actually be able to attract and grow the vibration and the actual manifestation of those things which would bring you even more gratitude. Now, there's an exercise that I learned a long time ago called the Rampage of Appreciation. And this is from the book Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks, and I can't remember her husband's name, but she has a really wonderful teaching on the law of attraction, and this rampage of appreciation is something that you can do every day. As a practice, I start off every morning and think of 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 things. So I'm going to start off now, and you can join me on this rampage of appreciation and just notice the change in energy, the change in your mind, the change in your body, the change in how you feel. So just take emotional stock right now. This is how I feel, this is how I'm breathing, what's up with my body. Now let's go on the rampage of appreciation together. You can either mute me and just do it for the same time that I'm on, or you can listen to me and share in my gratitude. I'm grateful for you because you give me this time to listen to me and chat with me. I'm grateful for this challenge and my amazing team that's put together a brand new all 31 classes on OmStars. I'm grateful for everyone who's a subscriber of OmStars. You're a piece of my heart. I'm grateful for my beautiful house here in Miami. I love this place. I love the sun. I even love the rain. I also love the fruit trees. We've got a beautiful mango tree behind me. I love that. I love mangoes. I love fruit. I love all the fruits in the world. Today I'm going to eat a beautiful egg fruit as soon as we're done with this. If you've never seen an egg fruit, check it out, and then you can even be grateful that I recommend you to check out interesting and exotic fruits. I am so grateful that there are coconuts on the trees. I love coconuts. They're there. They're amazing. I'm so grateful for my mom. She's coming over right now, and she's probably my best friend and just been so supportive my whole life, and I'm just so grateful for her. I'm grateful for every single student that's ever come to class with me because it's you that makes me a teacher. I'm grateful for every reader of all my books because, again, it's you that makes me a writer. I'm grateful for everyone that's ever believed in me in my entire life, for every teacher that I've ever had. I'm grateful to be here talking to you right now, and I'm grateful for the internet to make it possible. Like when I was growing up, there were the Jetsons and people showed future images of video conferences, and so I'm so grateful that like on technology today we can actually attain what we only dreamed about in the future. I'm so grateful for everything that is a blessing in my life, and I just am taking this time to thank you and to thank everything that's a part of my life right now. So this was a rampage of appreciation. What can you go on and appreciate by starting with the positive? How can you do this to actually increase the benefit, the blessing that's in your life? That was a rampage of, oh, and let's thank the airplane. The airplanes fly above my head every day, and that makes it possible for me to travel to beautiful places like the Caribbean, and also makes it possible to travel and teach workshops all over the world, and I am grateful. So so that's the end of the rampage of appreciation. Pause, close your eyes. Notice how the change feels in the atmosphere of the mind, the body, and the breath. You're probably smiling. Allow yourself a deep breath in and open your eyes. So my practice for you is this. Number 1, start off each day 3 things you're grateful for. Number 2, at least once a day, go on a 60-second rampage of appreciation and start appreciating small things. Number 3, see if you can enlist someone in your life to practice gratitude with. Go for a 60-second thing where you say something you are grateful for about that person and they say something that they're grateful for about you. Ping pong back and forth and let it be a moment of bonding. Number 4, in a moment of difficulty, when you're about to complain, I ask you to challenge yourself, whether that's on your yoga mat or in your life, to change that vibration and frequency towards gratitude. Instead of saying, I can't believe this is happening, I hate this, beating that old drum of the past, worrying about the future, change it and say, I'm grateful for this because, and search for at least one reason that you could think of gratitude for that. And I'll leave you on that note of gratefulness and gratitude. And again, if you want to practice with me, I really encourage you to sign up for this challenge on omstars.com. You get a free month of practice, access to our full over 2,000 class library of yoga classes and yoga lifestyle content, and of course, the 31 all levels yoga classes with me on this Yoga Is Challenge. Like this video, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and I will be so grateful. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone, on this day of gratitude. I hope you keep a little piece of gratefulness, of gratitude in your heart today and every day. Namaste.